It seems like you're just very lazily kind of hand wave dismissing things, and you're not really put a little bit more effort into it, Chief, and I can take you seriously.
My main point about it was that it doesn't stand as proof that it's not a globe.
It still could be one, guys.
Yes. Why not?
The Tooth Fairy might still be real, guys.
No.
We completely ruled it out.
That's
And just because your parents put the money under the pillow doesn't mean there still isn't a Tooth Fairy out there.
Non sequitur.
Just because there's absolutely zero real-world demonstration of the Tooth Fairy doesn't mean she doesn't exist, guys. There's still a chance.
That's a non sequitur.
Just keep chanting that. But that's just the, adult version of, like, there could still be a Tooth Fairy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. And now that's just the adult, nuh-uh. You haven't provided anything. You've just gone,
I wasn't trying to. Like, no, I wasn't trying to. I was asking, how is it definitely not a globe?
A line of sight over what? Was it 10,000 miles, I think, actually?
I don't think that this particular example, I don't think any of us have enough information about how this works to use this conclusively. And so, is there any more evidence?
Yeah, water.
What about water?
It rests level over its surface.
So the globe side has a claim about what level is, and that makes sense. That makes just as much sense to me.
Is it empirical?
What do you mean?
Well, you know what empirical is?
Yeah, it seems to be empirical, yes.
Seems to be. Okay, well, can you evidence that?
As empirical as your example.
No, I don't think so. Because I can experience the water seeking and finding its level being a flat, horizontal position.
Scale.
I can do that.
I understand that. I get
anytime.
You. I understand.
I cannot show it. I cannot show it sitting there with a big curve over its surface. I can't do that. I don't call that empirical.
You are too small compared to the thing that.
And it's not being experienced, so it's not empirical, dude.
That's not how this works, dude.
That's how it works, dude.
You're having an issue with scale.
No, it's in your imagination. You imagine that at some scale. No, you don't experience at some scale that it actually isn't like it seems at the smaller scale. You just imagine it. So that's not empirical, dude. Not at all.
Just saying too small is not a scientific measurement. That's just your opinion.
No, all I'm trying to say. It's
not a measurement.
I understand this, dude. I get what you're saying completely. All right, but you're missing
Don't
the point.
Don't they say that the Earth is
you're missing? No, oh, for fuck's sake! I get it. All right, I get it. I will never experience it. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's
empirical.
No, for fuck's sake.
Okay,
I won't experience it. Oh, for fuck's sake!
You're not going to experience it, and you're going to call it empirical, though.
I mean, I do experience it, but I'm not able. Okay, look, I experience it. I believe that that's what I'm experiencing. That's all I can go on. And at the same time, it's not possible for me to be at a scale large enough to observe it literally with my own eyes.
So you don't. Okay, you don't literally observe it. Just figuratively, you observe.
No. Observe it more completely is what I'm trying to say.
What is large enough? That's another opinion, dude.
So you slightly observe it then. You somewhat observe it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. These things are happening.
What, dude? Yeah, it is what you're saying.
I exist on the thing, okay, that is a giant ball, let's say.
How do you know that?
Because everything about reality seems to align so perfectly.
Oh, what?
With
like
using
the flatness that you experience and have to hand wave with the excuse of scale? Like that?
No, dude.
That sort of everything? Like that?
No, like the way that the numbers that we discover of our physics, of our material world, the way that we quantify this stuff. Okay, so the way a tennis ball will fall to the ground when you throw it, the way it's not just though, like that.
Complete now. That's non sequitur.
The way that happens coincides with like the way that matter seems to operate in because of the conditions of the thing that we are on. But also
presupposition, dude. It's circular reasoning.
But
it's circular reasoning.
Okay.
You just made the presupposition of what you're on.
No, I'm trying.
And then you've made all these derivative claims about these conditions and things, that work the way they do because of what you're on. I don't hear anything empirical here. I hear you imagining something and then just kind of like trying to fit the experience that you have to it. That's what I get.
I know it is. I know. And I'm trying to simplify it.
You're stupefying it.
I know.
Well, I don't think they have an empirical claim. Go ahead.
Well, what about you said everything you experience makes you think it's the globe. Well, what about this experience makes you think you're going around the sun at 66,000 miles an hour right now? I mean, that's pretty darn fast. And here I am holding my coffee, not spilling a drop.
So there's different reference frames. And so you experiencing 56,000 miles per hour on the Earth. Okay.
I'm not experiencing that. I'm experiencing 0 miles per hour.
I know you are, dude. I know. Okay, I get it. All right, but what I'm trying to say...
So you're not experiencing it.
No, look, what I'm trying to say is that two things are happening at the same time. All right? Imagine, like, whether you believe it or not, okay? How is it not true that there could be... basically, you're on a giant rock, and this giant rock, because of its properties, causes an atmosphere around it. And this atmosphere, when you move within it, causes, because of its pressure, an amount of friction. And so if you were to experience 56,000 miles per hour within this atmosphere, okay, obviously it would rip you apart. It would rip most
You don't
matter.
Experience it.
No, hear me out, okay? But at the same time that this thing moving really fast has its atmosphere, it is moving through a different, through less matter, basically, and it itself is not on top of a relatively as large ball as it would have to be, for example, to have its own atmosphere. So there's not sort of, it doesn't seem that there is an infinite ingress or regress of balls on top of balls within the atmosphere of each of those balls. Okay, there's just vast amounts of empty space.
That was a very globy thing to say, balls upon balls upon balls.
Well, what I heard is he doesn't experience himself spiraling around at 56 or whatever, 66 miles per hour.
What I'm saying is it seems evident that it would be true that I could both be on the thing that is moving 56,000 miles per hour, but that I'm not experiencing it because I'm inside the effects that thing is caused. Like, it's not moving through an atmosphere.
You're not experiencing that.
If you hold a tennis ball in
your
hand...
You're not experiencing that.
Well, you said it was. Let me try this. Yes, dude.
And now you're telling me that your experience is something other than what you said was empirical.
You're running on an incomplete information. That's fine. Okay, you win that point. Okay, let me try this other thing. If you hold a tennis ball in your hand, all right, the tennis ball is being affected by the Earth, but the Earth is not in a relatively as large hand of another human on another Earth. All right. So,
what?
Do you understand what that means? Like the Earth is not affected by the effects that it causes of something equal, like relatively as large.
Not
what
under
you
the
experience.
effects that it caused. That's crazy.
No, because look, if you hold a tennis ball in your hand, so
I'm
the example,
out. Somebody else. Yeah, he's just trying to make it like he's just trying to make it impenetrable at this point.
No, I'm trying to. I want you to articulate back to me that you comprehend the
Earth isn't affected by the effects that it causes. That's what you said.
No,
I don't know what that means.
That's fine. I know you don't. Okay, but I'm trying to analogize it. Okay, so the example.
Does anybody else? If so, tag in.
The example flat earthers use, all right, is they pour water over a ball and they say, "See, water doesn't stick to a ball." All right, but what's happening there is the ball that is the Earth underneath the human holding a ball in their hands is causing the effects to the ball in the person's hand. All right. And for that logic to play out, the Earth would have to be in the hand of a human standing on top of something that would have to be as large as another planet would have to be if our Earth was the size of a tennis ball to the human holding the Earth. All right. You comprehend that there's sort of two tiers of things occurring that you're conflating about each other.
I don't know why you're adding this idea that you have of what's happening at a grand scale, because you don't experience that and can't verify or validate it.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, you're saying there's two tiers of what's going on. At the grand scale, it's not the way that you experience a ball shrunk down at the scale that we actually deal with.
No, what I'm saying is, by your logic, all right, of water falling off of a tennis ball, all right, the Earth itself would also have to be in the hand of something, all right, as big as you are to a tennis ball, like compared to the Earth. So there'd have to be like a giant holding the Earth, okay, on top of another planet that would make the Earth a tennis ball size compared to it.
We can't do that.
Really great story, man.
About it. Yeah, we can't do that, so why talk about it? It's just a story.
No, it's not.
Well, because the conversation started with, it is empirical, guys. My claim is empirical. And then you just got lost in the sauce of imagination after that. I thought that was kind of interesting.
This started because you said the water's level, and I was just trying to describe to you that...
No shit.
That you saying water's level is not evidence either way, okay?
Yeah, it is. That's empirical. That's demonstrable. We can demonstrate that. Any scale that's actually observable, demonstrable, measurable, that's what we can show. You said my claim is equally as empirical, and then you went into a bunch of freaking like psychobabble about what you imagine to be going on. That's not empirical.
Okay, so this is combined with, like I said, none of this evidence stands on its own either way, and I'm not trying to prove anything either way.
Evidence shows what we claim, dude.
No, okay, I don't think that it does.
Well, you haven't given anything. You gave us your thought experiments and your ideas.
You're jumping ahead. You're trying to win. I don't care about
I don't care about winning. Okay. I don't care about winning either.
You seem to. So shut up for a second there.
I just want to see it demonstrated. Don't tell me like, oh, I'd have to be a giant and the proportions would have to be like what they are with you to a tennis ball. Like, just fucking show something, dude.
The sun sets and it stays the same size as it sets.
That doesn't tell me that water is necessarily doing what you say. That would be an inference.
It makes... There are some implications about where we are observing it from, considering the way that it moves. And it doesn't change size as it goes below the horizon. And a demonstrable way to do this on a flat, all of the examples from a perspective of an observer, the thing that is the sun would shrink as it gets closer to the ground. But
what's the sun?
It's the big light in the sky that gives us heat and light.
So I just put a picture in the side chat of a sun changing size as it crosses the sky.
I don't think you did.
It's a measurable size change. You said there was no size change.
Okay.
Will you look at the picture and tell me about it?
This is negligible. All right.
But
So
I don't care if it's negligible, a little bit or a lot. You said there was no size change. This is a size change. I don't care if it's negligible. It is a size change. You said there was none.
it's not significant enough for it to be flat.
But there is a size change, and you said there was none.
Okay, sure. Okay, technically, yes. In reality, there will be a size change. I'm not saying that it doesn't change size like at all. I'm using it in a colloquial sort of casual sense. All right. Yes, it fractionally changes size. It seems. All right, but even this, okay, is nowhere far enough outside of a threshold to say or that it's not a globe, and it's nowhere near the threshold it would need to be for it to be flat. So there's two things happening.
You see that next picture I put in there? So that's from NASA showing, and it's specifically called a setting moon. They said this is the moon setting as it compresses into the horizon. That's what I see when I see a sunset, is the sunset compressing into the horizon just like a high altitude picks up the moon.
What do you mean it compresses into the horizon?
Well, look at it. You can see it, right? I'll link the article from NASA.
These are go on. That's fine, but slightly different with the moon.
Why? This is what we can demonstrate and see.
I don't understand what this is showing, and what you're deriving from it.
It's showing a moon setting, and then the sun setting, doing the same thing underneath it.
So where is this moon setting? Like it seems like just an optical effect.
Oh, well, hold on, I'll link it to you. Hold on, let me find the article.
Okay.
There you go. That's what I see. That moon setting. That's what I see when the sun is setting, and there it is happening right there. So it's not going below a ball.
No, this isn't evidence of anything yet. Let's not jump ahead. Let's actually analyze the information.
Well, you said a sunset was proof of a globe, but it's not.
So in order for you to accept this evidence, are you saying that the International Space Station is a real thing?
So if I'm in a court of law grilling a defendant, I don't have to believe every single thing they say.
Okay, but some of the things require things in reality to actually be. So you can't just ignore them as evidence. Like they're implicit in the whole situation.
You have your phenomena, though, and then your interpretation.
So the first sentence that so do you agree with these premises? Astronauts on the ISS have captured the illusion of our moon being, quote, squashed in space. A video from NASA's Terry Vert shows the effect that occurs when the moon begins to dip below the horizon.
You throw it out
when
as soon as
ISS passed this moonrise, the light from the top part of the moon was moving through less air than at the bottom, which is being viewed from Earth's atmosphere, causing the lower right to bend and squash the moon. So,
sounds like a sunset.
Things true? No. So, what do you mean? It sounds like a sunset.
They're describing the sun setting also. The moon setting,
No. This is a very specific... So what they're showing you, dude, what these images are showing you are a very specific sort of accumulation of conditions. Okay, one of those conditions being up in space on the International Space Station. All right, so... And you saying that this is what you see when the sun sets, like... This is optical illusion. This is telling you that this is the result of optical illusion, depending on the position of the observer. This is what this whole thing is describing to you. Okay, it's not saying that this is what the moon literally did. It's literally saying, it's quoting squashing effect, okay? And it goes on to describe how this is due to a number of factors that cause these phenomena, this optical illusion, to occur. So what you're saying by this is that you're accepting that the sun isn't squashing. This isn't necessarily what you would see all the time.
Did you see the picture of the sun setting I put mixed with? Okay, the same thing.
What do you mean it's the same thing? No, it's not. It's clearly not the same thing. What's happening, the curve at the bottom of the sun there, that's optical illusion. Okay, that happens
right. That's right.
For many reasons.
Not below a ball. It's just
okay, dude. But this,
into the horizon. Not going below a ball.
No, you're sort of you're forcing yourself to not acknowledge certain parts of information that are critical. Like this is not the sun squashing the way that it curves and these bottom two corners per se. Like this is just atmospheric effect of how the way I can't describe it, but basically the way that light seems to, and shadow and blah blah blah. Like that's not.
That's what causes.
How do I describe this?
Everything
you can do this with a camera. You can do this with a camera. Okay, you can do this with your own camera and like some paper and a torch, and you'll get the same effect because of the lensing of the atmosphere. It's not the sun squashing, and also it's not the sun squashing because if you can call your friend, okay, that is where the sun is, sort of higher in the sky, to take a photo of it, and
the sunset is an optical effect. It's not going below a ball.
Exactly. No, dude. Okay.
You agree? Thank you.
Hear me out. Look, no. There's another part of this. There's another piece of information. Okay, you can't just write it off as the whole thing is an optical effect. Therefore, anything can happen. That's not quite true. There are still physical truths, physical sort of realities about the situation that cause it to do this. And if we were on a flat plane, okay, this giant ball would be getting smaller as it gets closer to the horizon.
And I showed you pictures of it getting smaller.
I bet you can't. I bet you can't. Okay, not significantly. Okay, yeah, fractions, fine. Yes, this is inevitable to occur by the same claim that it's moving its distance. We're going around it. All of that's true. Yes, of course, it would fractionally change size. I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is that it would need to change size significantly if the plane was flat.
No, that's just you thinking. That's your model.
No, that's what happens. This is you're all about implicit evidence. If you do this with a camera in your own bedroom or in a warehouse, you will see every single time significant change in the size of the thing representing the sun. You can't avoid this. This is empirical. You can do this, and this is what I'd expect to see.
That's just because of the scale of it.
What do you mean?
Don't you like it when we throw the same shit back in your face?
No. What? Because what you're throwing back is missing.
That's just because of the scale. You don't understand how big it is.
Okay.
What's funny? You've never heard the Glober say that to us before. You just don't know how big it is.
Okay, dude, that's fine. I will accept that. No, dude, I will accept that. Okay, but what all that says is what that would show is that would have to be much bigger. No, it would. No, dude, by you believing that, okay, you just bring that up, you'd also have to acknowledge that it's very big and it's very far away.
No, I don't.
So, no, you do, for that to be possible. If you're saying to me that it's just...
You've got this assumption that the sun is a tiny little flashlight in your bedroom. At that scale and that distance, then yes, the laws of perspective are pretty normal. Outside of about 300 kilometers, things fuck up.
What do you mean things fuck up?
Well, listen, I'll help you.
Why can't you see Mount Everest from your house?
Yeah, maybe you could make me a scaled down sun. Just make me a scaled down sun, and then show me what happens.
Yeah, you keep saying things like it's very big, it's really small. Those aren't measurements. Those are just your opinion.
No, dude, they're not measurements, okay? But there are implicit sort of... people have described what these measurements are.
Hey, Kegwin,
and what
regardless of what you think the sun does not, is not...
Okay, but
you've got to understand the ground is still measured flat.
Would be much, much larger.
He's turned me down. Type in side chat if you can hear me.
Can you hear Matrix, Chief Kegwin?
Type a yes in side chat if you can hear me. You do realise the red flag stays on until you type the word yes in side chat. Excellent. So, regardless of what you think the sun does not, is or is not, the ground still measures as flat.
I don't
so you
know
can make all the claims in the world about the sun. We don't care.
What do you mean it measures as flat? What does that mean?
Non-curving, lacking in curvature, not curved.
I've seen no evidence of this.
So you've not seen any of the laser videos that have been posted up over the last 10 years?
No, I've seen these laser videos. I don't think.
So what's your issue with them?
I don't think.
So you're telling me when someone generates a tangent and runs it along the edge of an alleged ball, the ball that you believe in, the ball that's supposed to be there, if we create a tangent and then measure as we're going along that tangent the drop over distance, and we don't find any drop over distance, you then claim, oh, it's just a ball. Hang on a minute. If it's a ball, there's drop over distance.
I'm not certain.
You do understand that?
I do understand that.
Excellent. So where's the drop over distance?
So in one of the examples, for example, the laser is flashing.
Oh, you haven't watched any?
No, I did. I literally describing to you what I watched.
Which one? Be very specific.
The one with the
Since
red
you're cherry
laser.
picking.
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude! Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I just get pissed off with dumbasses like you who slime their way through conversations and don't answer fucking questions.
I'm not. No.
You're not. You're like this all the time. Stay out. Sorry to take your toy off you guys. That's another one that irritates me.
Yeah, who's next? Charlie, you?
Huh?
Charlie, you got any globe proof?
Nothing that you would accept.
There you go, you did the same thing.
Poison the well, instant.
That was a really quick one, Charlie.
I mean, I feel like that's my consistent answer whenever I'm here, isn't it?
You did it exactly like we predicted, though.
Yeah, that's okay.
You just don't wait for there to be a claim at all. You just don't even start with anything. You just say, you wouldn't believe anything I bring anyway. You wouldn't believe it. So, yeah, poisoning the well fallacy. So that's because, just like Heretic said, you don't even have any confidence in this globe thing yourself. Otherwise, you just present the case.
You keep telling yourself that.
Okay, so prove me wrong.
You wouldn't accept the proof. That's the problem.
He did it. He's doing it, dude.
Like, I'm happy to tell you what I consider to be the proof, but I have no expectation that you're going to accept it.
Mr. Dealer, can I double down, please?
He's got the winning hand. He's not going to show you his cards, though. Just trust him.
I'll show you my cards, right? But I have no confidence that you're going to accept them. But
why would you care?
You don't have any confidence yourself.
I don't care.
Wouldn't you actually want us to reject it in Spiral and be like, see, look at that. I got them all to just melt down over this simple proof.
You guys do that already 24/7.
Calling your bluff. I would throw the proof down. If I went into a room full of people who I thought were going to totally reject this proof that I have that's just going to blow them out of the water, I would love to slap that down.
What is it that you think that I'm bluffing?
Your proof. You don't have any. Your claims, arguments, evidence, you don't have any of it.
I'm not holding it back. I'll gladly share it with you. I'm just saying you're not going to accept it.
Stop the cap.
So? Who cares?
Do you still want me to share it? It's my question. I'm glad to do so.
Yeah, put it in the text chat.
No, I'm good. I'll just tell you. So I have several different primary reasons to believe that the Earth is a globe. I actually have personal evidence for it that unfortunately I can't really share. But insofar as it goes, I can't share as in I can't post the data because I don't want to dox myself. But insofar as like publicly available information, for me, the most clear thing are like the 4K videos of like the SpaceX launches. In particular, for example, the one with the Roadster, where you can, watch a live stream for hours and hours and hours, and eventually you see the planet.
Dude.
But I mean, I actually think it's more interesting to talk about
the car in space.
No,
and then you've got
obviously not the car in space, because I just mentioned the car in space, and I'm saying I think it's more interesting to talk about what it is that I know personally, right?
Yeah, but you can't tell us about that. You sound like Tom DeLonge.
No, I could tell you about it.
Rogan podcast episode where
you're not listening.
You keep saying, "Oh, it's like clandestine, that's classified."
You're not listening.
Tell you.
No, you're not listening. I'm willing.
Talking about aliens being real or something. Yeah,
you're not listening. You're not listening. Steelman, what I just said.
Yeah, you said that you have some secret information that you can't divulge because it blocks you.
No, you're not
listening.
listening.
You said the Roadster in space.
No, you're just wrong.
You don't want to talk about the Roadster in space.
You're just wrong.
That's not really the proof.
Can you admit that that's not what I said?
You want to talk more about your personal experience, which you can't really divulge because it'll dox you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
No. I can talk about my personal experience just fine. What I can't give you is post the actual numbers, the actual stream of data that demonstrates that that I do know these things, right?
You can't
but I'm very happy to talk about the qualitative things that I know.
So you can say things and make claims, but you can't back them with proof. Okay, I heard you. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I prefaced all of this, which is by saying that it's personal, that I can't share it, and that you're not going to accept it.
At this point, you just lied with your first thing where you said, "Oh, I have got it. I've got it. I've got the proof. I'm not holding it back. I just don't think you guys want it." You lied.
I haven't even said what it is because you're so autistically trying to argue with me right now.
Yeah, you've told me now that what you can offer us is your claim, but you can't back it with the actual evidence because that would be too personally revealing.
Sure, I can't.
Let's reverse our positions here, Charlie.
What I actually can't give you is the.
Charlie, you've got me turned down, haven't you?
What I actually can't give you, right, is the
Charlie,
actual,
can you
for example,
hear me?
longitude,
Charlie, hello,
altitude
can you hear me?
of the satellite that it is that I actively work on every day, right? That's what I can't.
Charlie, can you hear me? Type up in text that you can or cannot hear me.
He's not going to give his Latin long. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He's got me.
So before he started saying anything, he said there in his first statement, the very first thing he said was, "I have several reasons why I believe."
Correct.
That's it. So he gave his hand up right there.
What I find interesting,
reasons, not proof, reasons to believe, not factual evidence or proof that the Earth is a globe, just reasons that he believes Earth is a globe.
But yet again, if he had proof, and these flat earthers are annoying you, they have, why the shit wouldn't you just go, you know what? I wouldn't give a rat's ass if I doxed myself. Let's just reverse roles here. I've just dropped into a room with a whole heap of people that I dislike for whatever reason, just because they believe in something. I've got proof that can shut them down. Why am I going to sit back and go, I'm scared, I don't want to do it? You know what? I would step back and I'd launch that motherfucker in there so high. Hi, my name is XYZ. Here's your proof. Get stuffed.
Charlie, is it the case that you have Matrix muted? That seems to be the impression he has.
No, I don't at all.
Okay, good.
As to why I'm not interested in, like, quote unquote shutting you up with a proof, and that's like saying I have checkmate playing chess against a pigeon. Like, who cares? It's a pigeon.
You don't have any. That's why.
Pigeons don't play chess.
So you're just I just don't really care about winning. I'll just let the pigeon win. I don't really care. I don't buy that either.
You think pigeons play chess?
Yeah, that's why you don't.
You think pigeons can win at chess?
You don't have proof.
I mean, by default, you're just forfeiting. You're throwing the towel. You're like, oh, the pigeon's just going to fuck the game up. I quit.
I mean, I think it says a lot about you if you care about, quote unquote, losing chess to a pigeon because you refuse to play.
You're the one that's refusing to play because there's a pigeon.
I'm not refusing. I'm glad to tell you what it is that I know. What I can't do is
your
dox
analogy
myself.
is your projection.
I mean, you showed up. I mean, there's people listening. You could just put your proof out for their sake. And then have us act like a bunch of crazy pigeons, whatever.
I'm glad to do that. Yeah, I'm glad to do that.
Chessboard off the table. Like, yeah, go ahead.
I'm very glad to like do my spiel. I've done it before, right? Like, the information that I'm personally privy to, right, is the mutual distances between hundreds of ground stations spread out across the United States, and actually more than one now at this point, set of geosynchronous satellites. And the only shape that fits all that data that I'm privy to is a sphere. And I'm happy to talk about qualitatively how it is that we know these distances, right? I'm happy to talk about the algorithm. It's actually quite simple.
Are the distances coming from a spherical coordinate system?
No.
No. Okay. Well, why don't you just tell us?
The distances don't. They're one-dimensional distances, right? It's distance between 2 points. It's not.
So it's linear.
Not a vector distance.
So it's two-dimensional. It's linear.
I never said it's two-dimensional. It's one distance, right? It's one number. It's one-dimensional.
Well, one dimension would be like a point, right?
No, that's zero-dimensional. Points are zero-dimensional.
From one point to another point.
Yeah, from one point to another point is one-dimensional, right?
Okay, so
it's a single scalar.
From a ground station to this hardware. Right?
But what do you mean by hardware?
The hardware you're talking about, satellite.
And it's not just that, right? It's also all of the distances between the ground stations and each other.
Okay, perfect. So that's what I'm trying to get to. So each ground station, how do they measure the distance between those?
How do they measure the distance to the ground? So each of the ground stations emit a known signal, and so all the other ground stations can pick it up, and all the ground stations being synchronized in time with each other, they can tell how long it takes for them to listen to the signal that's being emitted by all the other ground stations, and in that way they can establish basically a matrix of distances between all the ground stations. You don't even need to know the satellite at this point, right? At this point, you just, just see the shape that they're laid out in, right?
These ground stations can all ping each other, and that doesn't prove the shape of the ground.
I mean, if you know all the distances between all of the ground stations, right, you can sort of fit them into a shape.
So those
guess what that turns out to be?
You've just told us. What you've told us will work on a plane.
The distances between the ground stations
will work on a plane. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I don't think you know what it is that you're saying will work on a plane.
At the moment, all you've got is ground stations. So if you get a piece of paper and draw dots all over the piece of paper, that would represent your ground stations.
Right, and if they were laid out,
you can ping their distance to each other. So from point A to point B is X. From point A to point C is Y. From point A to point whatever is Z. And you can measure the distance between them. So what? You can do that on a flat plane.
Yeah, I never said you can't do that on a flat plane. You're not understanding my point.
You're not understanding my point. You're just trying to sidestep it. Your claim of these things are X distances apart, we can measure them, doesn't exclusively only happen on a... It can happen on both. That's
I actually think that even some flat earthers here understand why it is that it fixes the shape. Right?
It doesn't fix a shape.
Like
that's
not
the bit
all
you don't
shapes.
get. Okay, Charlie, listen carefully. When I'm establishing whether something is
you're just gonna interrupt me every time.
Globe only, or both, I imagine I've got three buckets. One with flat Earth only.
Man, you're really upset over this.
One with globe Earth only written on it, and one could be both. At the moment, your claim fits in the could be both.
You actually don't have to assume any shape at all, right? Like all you get is a list of distances between each ground station and all the other ground stations, right? And so you ask yourself, what is the only possible? Like if you search the space of possible shapes and positions of
We're not
these
looking
ground
for a
stations.
shape. You don't know.
Excuse me.
You're excused. You're not looking for a shape.
Well, hold
Excuse
on.
me.
Yeah, hold on a second. You said that you got 1D distances. You got the linear distances, just a line from point to point, right?
Mm-hmm. And you don't know in which direction they are, right? You just know like there's some distance away. You know
It's
the
a
distance
distance.
between all the ground stations and each other, right? Like that's all you got.
Well, that's linear distance.
Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't offend me. You can call it linear distance.
Well, it would be a straight line.
Yes. You agree that like if they were all coplanar, right? You get some fixed relationship between all the distances, and if they were not coplanar, they were in some other shape, they would not respect that coplanar relationship.
Well, that's up to you to prove that they're coplanar or not.
Right. That's my whole point. I'm not going to give you the data, right? I'm not going to dox myself that way. That's actually
that's where it's
NDA
game
protected
over.
information.
If you
what you're
can't
giving us is a
prove it-
nothing burger, because we said this at the beginning.
Exactly.
You're going to make a claim, and then you're not going to support it with the actual evidence
Yeah,
that you claim to have for it.
I told you that I was going to share with you what I personally know to be true, right? That what's something that is proved to me that you're not going to accept. I said this out loud, right?
You haven't given us any evidence to accept or reject. It's just kind of a trust me, bro.
Correct.
You got
That's
a story.
absolutely
Yeah.
true. Right now, I'm just a dude on the internet. Correct.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. I don't deny that, right? But I got asked why is it that I believe, right? Not why is it you should believe it.
All right. Well, I mean, we just wanted to see it so that we could believe it for ourselves and offer it to anybody.
Do you
listening
really
as well,
think it's
but
reasonable for me to give out NDA protected information so that I could dox
think
myself
it
and lose
should
my
be
job?
reasonable that somebody should be able to prove this thing to the world that they're telling it to believe in. Yeah.
Oh, they've proven it in many other ways, right?
Well, then we don't need this. Then go to some other way.
Oh, I agree. You don't need it. I'm giving you the most personal, intimate way that I know of, right? I'm just saying that.
Yep.
And I know you're not going to accept it. And by the way, all the other reasons that we know of, that's why I listed the second one, which is like the SpaceX videos. I know you're not going to accept those. You don't accept any of them,
proof.
right?
You have to take those.
Can I
You
interject here
think
for
it
a
is
second?
proof.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
My suggestion is to you to begin with, maybe you should ask any one of us where our standard of evidence lies in regards to proving that the surface of the Earth is curved to begin with.
Why would I do that?
Because if you don't present any evidence that matches our standard of evidence, then you're literally just wasting your breath. You understand that?
I'm not wasting my breath. I mean, I'm happy to talk to you guys. I'm aware.
Hold on. Do you understand what a standard of evidence is?
Yeah.
Do you know
standard
what
of evidence is possible? It's not possible to
Okay,
me.
so if my standard of evidence, so take for instance, if my standard of evidence, which it does, involves say a 5-mile stretch of the Earth where it's measured directly with solid materials, a straight edge, and curvature 8 inches per mile squared over 5 miles is detected with solid materials directly. That's where my standard of evidence lies. So if you present to me anything other than that, it just doesn't suffice, and I'm just wasting my time listening to you babble, and you're just wasting your time babbling. Do you understand that? Yes or no?
Yeah, I fully understand that you think that. Yes.
Okay, so do you understand now why I would suggest to you now that you would ask us where our standard of evidence lies?
I acknowledge it, and I'm ignoring your suggestion. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
So you're just like, okay, that makes sense, but I'm going to ignore it because I'm retarded? Like, what is that? Is that your response? I don't even get that.
I didn't say you're retarded.
No, I said you're retarded.
I don't see how me being retarded has anything to do with it, but all right.
Whatever. Anyway,
Maybe because I'm too retarded to know why.
Well, here, do you know of any time that anyone's directly measured the Earth and detected curvature? What was the method of how they did this? Where, when, and how?
I don't know, dude. I've had this argument like a million times.
Yeah, kidding.
I'm not interested in going down this
That
particular.
means no,
Right? Somebody asked me what personal information do I have, right? And I'm happy to share that. And I would actually think that you
Pretty
should be.
solid no. That's a
I would
solid
actually
no.
think you
I'm
guys
going
are
to
happy.
sidestep because I don't have any info.
No. I'm saying I'm not
Yes.
sidestepping. I think I would think that you guys would be happy to talk to somebody that's in my industry, right? So you could ask questions about.
Yeah, that's fine.
Presumably,
Listen,
how it is that either I am in on it or ignorant and compartmentalized.
that's okay.
Right?
All you've given us so far, Charlie, is flat Earth measurements. We appreciate that.
Charlie, do you know what the word zealot means?
Yeah.
So that's what you are to us, in case you're wondering.
I know you think that, yes.
But you were listing off those other things, and I just wanted to clarify for you, you know. It's none of those other things you listed. It's just that one thing.
Well, you know what, Orion? That's a fascinating observation. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Sounds like that's all you need is reasons to believe in your religion. And that's what you told us in the very beginning.
Sure.
Your exact words were, I have several reasons why I believe the Earth is a sphere.
Yeah.
So not have facts or evidence or proof of.
Oh, I consider them to be facts.
Just reasons to believe that it is. So no proof.
They're not mutually exclusive terms, right? Something I could believe something as a fact, right?
You don't believe facts.
Believe is a superset of know. Everything that I know, I also believe it, right?
Not if you have facts.
That's just,
you don't have to believe them.
That's just an incorrect use of language. I'm sorry. Like,
really? So if
yes.
if I measure my table, I just believe it's a rectangle? I don't know it's a rectangle?
You both believe and know it.
So it's a verifiable belief.
The belief is redundant at that point, Charlie. Now you're just playing with language.
That's someone I haven't heard from for a while. Obvious it be. How's it going, brother?
What's up, Matrix, man? I'm all good, yourself?
Oh, can't complain. No one will listen anyways.
You're certainly sounding a little bit more wound up nowadays compared to last time I heard from you.
Oh, it's like
finally stick to death with these blue cards.
Funny
but yeah, you got to keep them on their toes. We just want to dance around if you don't.
I get accused of yelling at people all the time. I've actually got a decibel meter right beside me here, and I run the thing on regular basis. Just me talking to you now, and I've only had it running for 10 seconds, it's at 90.1 decibels, and that's at 1.5 feet away from me. And I get accused of yelling at people all the time. Oh, at 93, there we go.
So what you're saying is you're actually talking really calmly, really chill, but you put your voice through a changer that turns you into a madman.
Oh, look at that. I just jumped to 97. Wow. And things not even pointing towards me. That is depressing.
Holy shit. Oh, my ears. Oh.
Oh, yeah. It's loud. Oh, well. No, actually, I actually do naturally have an exceptionally loud voice, which it is funny because it's not yelling at me.
I know. But like you turned your mic down and I had to turn you up to 200%. Because I'm used to hearing your voice the way it is. So I just turned you right back up. That's funny.
And I was listening on stream earlier, you going back and forth with Rob Noxious, you know.
Oh, Rob is
just not letting him get out of the corner there with his clowning.
Well, Charlie basically admitted that he can actually show the proof. I mean, no, not basically. He absolutely did. Just came out right and said
You're not listening.
No, I am. That's what it broke down to, right? I mean, you had the claim, and then you said that you wouldn't be able to post the data that actually supports the claim. You wouldn't share that, so you just had like kind of an empty shell of an argument.
I was asked why it is that I believe it, right?
Yeah, but we asked you.
I'm telling you that I can't post the data as to like why it is that I believe it, right?
So that would be the proof in your case. That would be the substance to it. You're not.
I mean, I could prove it other ways, right?
But we didn't really ask you why you believe it, though. We just asked for some sort of.
No, you did. You did actually.
I didn't.
I don't know if it was you personally, but the room certainly did.
I didn't ask you that. That's not what I was looking for.
You said believe, not us.
Yeah, I think it's you who turned it to that. No. Well, here's why I believe it.
No, I very clearly said that. As far as publicly available information, right? I think the clearest proof is all the SpaceX videos, in particular the one with the Roadster.
Not proof, though.
Right?
You'd have to prove those themselves. Those require
you don't think it's proof, dude. Holy shit, how many times do I have to say that? I know you don't think it's proof.
But it's not.
Where?
It's not that I don't think it is. It's just not in and of itself.
I know you don't think so.
Validation. No, it's not that I don't think so. It's that it's not. You'd have to validate that imagery and show that it is what you claim it is.
I know that you don't think so. I'm aware that you don't think it is proof.
Me not thinking it is. It's about it not being that, dude. You'd have to validate it somehow.
I'm aware that you don't think so, dude.
So, Charlie,
on what basis do you accept? Well, on what basis do you accept those videos?
Why do you accept that video after the mini documentary of the massive green screen getting built and showing it on the green screen? Why do you accept the videos as real after that came out?
Sure. So, I mean, the answer is a little complicated, but I'm getting it before. So I think it ultimately comes down to verified trust in the scientific establishment.
So what is scientific?
Ultimately,
what is scientific about a green screen video that you believe in?
Well, this has nothing to do with a green screen video, right?
Oh, it's just your trust and faith is in the authority structure that we have, and that's
it's not trust. It's not faith. It's
what
it's
is
verified.
it? You just said it's trust, dude.
It's not. No, I said it's not faith. It's trust in.
It's
trust. So if you let me speak, I'll be glad to.
You said it's trust. You said you trust them, dude.
Yes, I did say trust. If you let me speak, I can explain as to why.
This is faith.
No, it's not faith. It's not faith.
Well, it's just a source that you trust, that you place faith in.
Do you want to hear why or not? Do you want?
You're just saying you believe. Well, I mean, you're just saying you.
Do you want to hear why or not?
But that's different, though.
You're not intellectually curious. Got it.
If you're going to tell me why you believe them, then not really, because I want to see what actually supports the thing that you put forward.
As I said, I don't have proof that you will accept.
Okay, but if you show me a video, don't tell me, well, the people I got it from, I just trust them, because that doesn't verify the video in itself. What's the actual evidence?
No, that's not what I said.
The authenticity of it. Yeah, this is what you said. You said you trust
you're not listening at all.
Establishment. That's what you said.
Not only are you not listening at all, you're not even letting me expand as to what it is that I mean.
That's exactly what you said, that you have faith in the scientific establishment, so-called. That's exactly what you said.
I know that's what you think that I said, but that's not what I said.
You trust them. You trust where it's coming from.
I'm aware that's what you think I said. I'm aware.
That's what you said. You said you trust where it's coming from. You trust the people behind it.
I'm aware you think that, yes.
You didn't name them. You gave a generalization about them, but yeah.
Are you curious as to hearing what it is it actually meant? Or are you just going to grandstand the entire time and like...
Okay, I'll tell you the answer. I would like to hear it if you're going to give me actual evidence to support the authenticity of the video and not just give me reasons why you trust.
I'm not going to be able to give you anything you will accept. I'm going to tell you right up front.
I was almost done. If you're going to give me a story on why you trust the people that it came from, then no, I don't care. Because that's not going to validate the video still.
Thank you for admitting you don't care.
Well, it's just not going to give me what I'm asking for, which is verification of that imagery, right?
How many times have I said this? I don't have anything that you will accept.
That's not about me not accepting it. You don't have anything that actually validates it.
But am I wrong when I say that? I don't have anything you will accept.
Well, you don't have anything that validates it.
Okay. Yes, you are wrong.
His statement, I don't have anything you will accept.
Charlie,
holy shit, are you really
repeating yourself 6 times is not going to change the fact you have not presented anything. It's not that we will not accept it. You haven't given us something to accept. Do you see the difference?
I have given you
something. No, you have not.
Yeah.
There is a major difference. Here's some data. On the other hand, I can't give you data because you won't accept the videos. Now you're going to sidestep onto something we don't care about.
Are there people that have accepted the SpaceX videos as demonstrated in the Earth as a globe?
All right, so what basis are we accepting these videos on?
No. Are there people that have accepted that those videos demonstrate the Earth to be a globe?
Yeah, you.
Excellent. So it is possible to accept it.
Without proof. Yeah, that's
there is something to accept. Definition. You're just choosing not to.
Faith. It's called faith or blind.
What is your proof that those videos are fake?
It's called faith.
Provide evidence that they are fake.
Well, we're asking for evidence that they're legit because that's what he claimed.
I got an idea to make this conversation not sound so like it's repeating over and over again. hey, Charlie, why don't you take my advice right now? And if you're not going to ask me, why don't you ask one of these other guys you're talking to right now? Where is your standard of evidence? What would suffice you and make you say, oh, yeah, the Earth is a ball?
No, I don't care about meeting their standard of evidence.
I know, but you're repeating yourself. Yeah, Charlie, hold on. You're repeating yourself. Aren't you smart enough to see that? You're repeating yourself like you have been for like the last half hour.
I mean, you guys have as well, right? Like I keep saying,
well, they have
any evidence you will accept.
Right. No, you're right.
And then they keep saying, oh, well, you haven't presented it. And then I'm like, well, I have presented it. And then you're like, no, but it's not real evidence. And then you guys don't understand that that is a necessary consequence of the stance that I hold. You're not going to accept my evidence. And then you guys are like, well, it's not evidence.
Stop
and that's the loop.
Charlie. Stop.
I know, Charlie. I know. I've been listening. I know. Now I'm telling you, why don't you make it so instead of you're repeating yourself and they're repeating themselves, why don't you ask one of them where their standard of evidence lies and then follow that thread?
Because I'm not interested in following that thread. Because I'm not interested in it.
It's retarded, dude. Then you are by definition retarded.
No, that's actually not what retarded is defined as. But thank you for your input.
Because you're slow. Yeah, you're mentally slow.
I guarantee you, I beat you on any metric of your choosing, except maybe being retarded. You probably win on that.
I'm retarded.
There's an autism test if you guys want to do that.
I got an A on that.
All right, looks like this.
Hey, Dad, am I retarded? Can you tell me real quick? Hey, Dad,
am I retarded? Pussies keep muting people.
Oh, God. He said yes. I'll see you guys later.
That was
all right. Well, who's next then? Because Charlie's basically already told us in so many words he doesn't have it. So, yeah, go ahead to the next guy.
Made in China. Step right up, step right up. Not everyone's a winner.
What? You're talking
yes,
to me?
you. Unfortunately for you, my friend, you are the next volunteer.
Okay, disprove it. Disprove it. Disprove it. Every video that's
we need to see some evidence first of the globe Earth.
You've just jumped in and said disprove it. How
I'm
about you prove your ball,
Charlie guy was
and then I'll
about.
disprove it.
Okay.
Proof of the globe Earth. That's what we're looking for. Do you have that?
I do.
Excellent.
Okay, what is it?
We might wait for it. Wait for it. He could be the one.
Moment here. I'll give you a 4-hour video. Fuck it. Actually, you guys can use some education.
What about an argument? How about that?
I was asked for proof, and disprove
an argument. That would be logical proof.
Part of an argument.
You could.
Well, an argument would be logical proof.
And then back it with your video. That'd be up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
my argument is the Earth is round, and here is the proof.
Okay, where's
an argument? That's an assertion, dude.
It's an assertion. Well, it would become an argument once you contest it.
My argument is just a declaration of your conclusion. No, it's not even an argument.
No, my claim.
Yeah, it's just your claim
and conclusion, which is
they're one and the same. No,
the argument is when you jump in and
your claim includes the conclusion.
Cool, disprove it.
You're just asserting it, dude. You didn't prove it.
Disprove illogical thought. Yeah, how are we going to do that?
I provided you with the proof of my claim, and now you don't agree with it. I put it in the side chat.
You have the claim and the conclusion together.
My claim is the Earth is round.
Yeah, so prove it.
I posted a video of a spacecraft.
The video of the spacecraft
that's all right.
Is not
that's
measurement
all right.
of
You've
curvature.
posted the video. So this is what we call an elephant hurling fallacy. Where in the video, give us a timestamp on where you would like to go so we can witness this proof. Because I'm not going to sit through 4 hours, 48 minutes and 45 seconds of shit just in case there's only 3.2 seconds of proof in this video. You can understand that. We don't want to waste our time.
YouTube has a slide feature where you can see the scenes, right, in every frame.
So somewhere in the video is a measurement.
I'll give you it. 4:12, 4 hours, 12 minutes.
So there's a measurement of curvature of Earth there in that video?
That's not what you asked me to do. You asked me to prove it.
The globe would that would mean a measurement of curvature. Measurement of curvature. That would be the proof.
That is your arbitrary proof.
No, that is the objective truth.
No, that's your arbitrary claim to prove.
If you're saying Earth is a globe, that means it would measure to be globe. That would mean curvature measurement on the surface.
You asked for my proof as to how the Earth is round. I gave you visual proof. Now,
so timestamp 4 hours 12. Yes.
4 hours 14 is better.
14.
So how are you going to match the visual you're saying is visual proof with the actual proof on the surface of Earth?
First of all, are you claiming this timestamp is falsified and it's fake?
No.
I'd like to get to the timestamp first.
It's not proof of Earth curvature.
You haven't even looked at it. I actually appreciate that one guy, Made, I believe, is actually looking for it.
Yeah, I'm looking for it too. I don't see a measurement of curvature there.
That's your own arbitrary claim to proof. I don't have to abide by that
to any kind of curvature being presented. That's actuality. That matches reality.
That's not even an argument. That's just an anecdotal assertion.
So you're giving us videos. Are you able to authenticate that with measurement of the ground to support what you're claiming is actual footage of the ground?
Yeah.
Not some sort of lens effect or optical
is 112 kilometers.
Yeah, but we want to know what we're actually looking at. Is that the physical curvature of the ground, or is it an optical or a lens effect? What is it?
At that height, I agree that the one picture on the right is definitely exaggerated with the camera, but you definitely see curvature at that height.
So we have lens distortion. Okay, you've already admitted to that, but you say you would see it. But so how do we differentiate between the lens distortion and the physical curvature that you say is there?
In this instance, you can talk about firsthand people experiencing and saying, "Oh, look at the curve."
Well, we're just going to so we're just going to appeal to somebody saying, "Look at the curve." How about we just measure the ground?
Every time you look at your Flat Earth YouTube videos, you're just appealing to someone's fucking words saying, "Oh, look, I did this," and just
no, we go outside and we experience it for ourselves.
In a falsified setting, sure.
So I don't know why you won't just measure the ground then. In a falsified setting, what does that mean?
I find it interesting that you're not actually able to tell me how this image is necessarily false.
You just did.
Keep dodging it.
You just did. You just did. You just did. No. You said that, I admit it, that there's not that much curve. It's exaggerated. So
that's
obviously
not what I said. I said there's exaggeration because of the type of lens, but the curve is there.
No, that is what I just said. You said is exactly what you just went. I didn't say that, and then you went on and said it again.
Oh,
yeah. So now you're telling us that we have a lens effect there. Okay, so to differentiate from optical distortion and what the physical curve should be, just measure the ground to show us what it physically is. Because maybe there's not. Maybe it's all lens. Maybe it's all lens.
Basically, made in China. I don't think you understood what he's getting to.
No, I
How
get
do
what
you
he's getting.
tell the difference between legitimate Earth curve and lensing or distortion due to the lens? How can you differentiate between the two? What can we do to separate those two issues?
You can separate those two issues by knowing the type of camera that's being used. For example, the image on the right, if you're looking at it.
How about we just measure the ground? If indeed it is curved, then we should be able to measure it. Allegedly, it's supposed to be curved at a very specific rate with a radius of 3959 miles. If that is true and correct, then at 10 miles, it should be a 66-foot drop. At 20 miles, it should be about 240, 250 feet drop. At 30 miles, it should be a 600-foot drop.
Okay.
Why wouldn't we just get a laser, shoot it across the ground, and then go and measure for the drop, which would confirm if these videos are true or false? Does that make sense?
I'll get you a video that demonstrates this perfectly. And it was one of you guys who actually did this.
So,
Jaron, flashlight, not accounting for diffraction, plus he's showing a hump, not a drop.
a hump would be accurate. You wouldn't get a drop necessarily.
So no 8 inches per mile squared then.
That would be the hump.
No, that would be a drop. It's an 8 inches per mile squared drop. It's not going to rise up and then start dropping. It's just going to drop.
No, it's going to have a slight hump to it. That's what it
Show me that in 8 inches per mile squared. Show me that in that formula.
Inches per mile squared.
Okay, MadeInChina.
In his example, he was doing
a hump. If you're seeing a hump, that means you are not looking horizontal. You are looking down through the Earth.
You wouldn't be looking through the Earth. You'd be looking.
That's why you've got a hump. Is
begins.
because you're trying to look down through it, and you're assuming that that is a horizontal plane. Therefore, that's why you have the hump. Whereas if you look horizontal,
with the guy with the flashlight, whatever his name was, that is the hump. It's either or from the perspective of
his light level.
The curve
means he didn't have his light level.
Well, there's also other issues with that torch light, but anyways.
Oh yeah, every excuse other than maybe it's.
Well, actually, it's not just an excuse. If you do your own research, Sonny, instead of just coming in here going blah blah blah, any excuse, you will find that light, as it passes through a reticle, disperses. And when you try to get light to pass through multiple reticles,
it's ironic that the difference in height was exactly what it needed to be, though, huh?
Guess what? Here's something interesting. The size of the reticle.
What I find interesting is the light. The height
shut up and listen.
What
you're in education mode. Shh. You're not helping
the
yourself.
difference in height was exactly what it needed to be. So
the difference in light was what it needed to be. Interesting how they didn't use a laser. Why did they use a torchlight? Because the laser broke. What happens when you try to pass torchlight through an aperture?
You can give all the excuses you want. The difference in height was exactly what it needed to be.
It's known scientific fucking fact. Not funny.
Why was the height difference?
Start listening. The height doesn't matter. There is no relevance.
That's the entire purpose of the experiment.
Listen.
That's the entire purpose of the experiment, to see if there's a height difference.
I'm going to have to help you. Listen, if you watch the end of the video, they say, that's interesting. They don't say, oh shit, the light didn't go through. Watch the video again. Learn what is happening. Don't just come in here and go, oh, they're flat earthers, any excuse will do. No, there was something very specific happen. When you try to pass light through a hole, depending on the size of the hole and depending on the distance between the holes, the light will not go through. So if you've used a torch, you've fucked up. It's not that the holes weren't lined up in correct distances or elevations. That is another side story altogether. You keep just focusing on that. Understand how optics works, and you'll sit back and go, oh, wow, they were destined to fail. Game over.
The fact that you need to get your point across is hilarious. But
because you talk through me, you wouldn't shut up.
Because you're ignoring the most important point, because it's fucking disadvantage.
Okay, in your perspective, what is the most important point?
Yeah, let's hear it.
The most important point is the height of the light at where it was exactly where it needed to be for the curvature. And you're just saying, oh, well, fuck it. No, it's something fucked up. Why was it exactly where it needed to be?
Why didn't they use the laser?
Show the math. Show the math.
I need to go back to the video to see exactly the distance. And
no, you show the math.
Now you're just being disingenuous, and you know it. No, I'm not going to remember the height difference.
So let me get this straight. T-Dub requesting the mathematics of the video that you're claiming is disingenuous. How is that disingenuous?
It's disingenuous to ask me for the exact math because I don't remember it off the top of my head, and then to say, oh no, don't go get it when I'm just going to go get it. That's disingenuous.
Yeah, he didn't say don't go get it. He's quite happy for you to
Yes, he did. When I said, let me go watch the video, he's like, no, do the math. Acting as if you guys remember
go watch your video then and come back with the math.
Exactly.
You made the claim and you don't have the information, so that's obvious.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can to fucking deflect. That's all you guys do.
It's not a deflection. What you've got, mate, what you've got is quite a few of you young chaps pop in here, you make all these claims, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've just got to go back and watch the video. Well, hang on a minute. You just made the claim. Surely you'd know the data or information to back said claim.
Unlike you guys, this isn't on the top of my mind.
Do you run around making claims with no information to back it? Oh, yeah, you do. Sorry. That's what we're complaining about.
You said it fits the globe exactly, but you don't know what that is.
Yeah, because at the time I did. I checked
you did?
I don't remember.
Sure you did. Now we're going to believe you because you have to look it up after. You already made the claim. Now you have to look it up afterwards.
I have to look up the exact numbers.
Why would we believe you? That's disingenuous.
Because I'm going to go look up the exact numbers right now.
Yeah, because you lied about it in the first
place. Do you have any numbers at all?
Because I did it. And now I forget it because it was a long time ago. You guys don't forget anything?
Can you just admit you were live for the other millions of people? Just watch
you're right. I forgot. You guys just have absolute perfect memory. You're my bad.
We just don't make claims and then have to look up the information later.
I forgot numbers. I apologize.
China, have you watched any? Oh, sorry, Sonny. Have you watched any alternative takes on that test, or just what you saw from Netflix?
I've seen critiques of it.
Alternative takes.
Also, I didn't watch it on Netflix.
Okay, you watched it on YouTube.
Yes.
Watch the Netflix piece on YouTube. Okay, great.
No, I watched the original video on YouTube.
That would be the
Netflix originally?
I don't know where it came from originally. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Netflix
from originally.
Netflix.
Is it from?
Yeah, you probably watched some fucking anti-flat earth retard rehash it, basically. So you didn't even watch it.
No, I just watched the clip. You're making a lot of assertions.
Well, you guys are, dime a dozen. You all come in with the same shit. You all watch the same stuff. You all misunderstand it the same way.
Everyone comes within the same shit because you guys can't give an explanation for something. You just always revert.
You come in, you start pictures. You sidestep from that already.
I didn't sidestep. I'm still on it.
No, you have to appeal to this.
You can't prove any of that stuff.
3-minute clip that you saw that wasn't even on the original video, right? Of a flat earther. Is it what? So nobody proved it before that. He was the one guy that proved the Earth is curving, right? There's nothing before him that you could appeal to and show us.
Sorry, I was watching the video. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, there's nothing that you could appeal to before this event demonstrating the Earth to be a globe. There's only him. He's the only person ever in history to ever measure Earth curvature, right?
No. The only reason why I bring up his example is because he's a flat earther.
Well, who cares?
That's pretty important.
I don't care.
You guys care about doing self-experiments so much, and you guys very much rely on the YouTube community.
Why have you not brought up Effie Core's laser experiment? Laser transit, not an experiment.
I don't know that one by name.
Are you aware of that? Why are you not aware of this one? It's a much more... It's a much more rigid test compared to a fucking flashlight because their collimator broke and they couldn't use the laser. That's what happened with Jaren.
A laser would actually be more affected by refraction, so it'd be actually...
Well, obviously that was the original plan in Jaren's test, but their collimator...
To have something less effective.
Which basically directs the light, tightens the beam, melted. So as a last-ditch resort, they had to switch to using a fucking torch, which is about the worst thing you could use in such a test.
Actually, a laser would be worse. The concentration would make it so that refraction is more apparent.
Okay, well now we know you just have no clue what you're talking about.
Are you saying the light concentration would not have a greater effect of refraction?
You're saying a more concentrated beam would be a worse tool to use
when it comes to atmospheric refraction.
Torch that has splayed out, that the light splays out from.
In the context of atmospheric refraction, it'd have a higher effect, yes.
How about you just concentrate on the video?
I just answered it.
So why isn't the U.S. Navy using flashlights instead of lasers for targeting?
Whoa, hold up.
You idiot.
The whole point of lasers is the concentration and the heat concentration that comes with it. That's a completely different subject.
And the fact that it shoots in a straight line. So over about 4 or 5 miles, you're going to have about 32 inches of refraction.
Yeah, are you seriously comparing a military grade laser to a fucking commercial grade laser, where the power fucking outputs are completely different, and also the purpose and beam fucking length is
How do you know what grade the laser was?
Now you're an expert. Look at
are you telling me the power output on the fucking lasers that are used to shoot down drones?
I never mentioned anything about power output.
Not you, the other guy that criticized that.
Laser targeting systems. How do you know what grade his laser was before it broke? Before the collimator broke, and he had to resort to a flashlight.
You're trying to say a flashlight is okay for a test.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Now you're talking about laser grades. Are you
because
retarded?
It was brought up. If you want to fucking just add on, go for it. You're just proving the point here. You're just proving.
Well, he's not ad homing you because he pointed out the stupidity of your claim, right? That no, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Shut up, and I'll explain.
It is.
Because he
ad hom is when you insult someone instead of the argument.
Shut up. He didn't do that.
That's exactly what he did.
Shut up. Won't you stop talking? And I'll tell you how it's not. He rebutted your claim by pointing out the stupidity of trying to argue for flashlights over lasers. Then he called you an idiot, dude. So it's not an ad hom because he didn't use an insult in lieu of an argument.
Exactly.
It didn't even go that. It didn't even go that. Hang on. It didn't even go that far. He asked you a question. Yeah. Are you?
What was
retarded?
the question? That's an ad hom.
Yeah.
No, it's not because he made the argument.
There's a fucking inference to it. You fucking.
No, it's not because he made an argument. Then he fucking.
What argument did he make? He didn't make an argument.
Yeah, he said what you're doing. You're trying to argue for using a flashlight over a laser, dude. That's obviously
a flashlight would be more effective in this scenario, but you guys tried to make a false comparison.
It's not like he just ignored what you said and then went, "Are you retarded?"
He absolutely did.
No, he didn't. He dealt with what you said, then asked you, "Are you retarded?" You guys got to figure out what an ad hom is.
That's right. Do you want the definition of an ad hom?
China, shut up.
Yes, I just gave it to you. You fucking.
No, you fucking didn't. You gave me your own little fucking stupid version.
No, it's a fucking insult in lieu of an argument.
There's another ad hom.
Not what happened. No, it's not, dude. Because I'm dealing with what you're saying and then calling you names. They're just names. Fucking
you're attacking my character instead of the argument.
No, not in lieu of your argument. I'm attacking that, and then
you don't have to replace the fucking insult for the argument.
Yes, you do. That's what an ad hom is. Stop fucking saying it if you can't figure. Yes, it is. You dipshit, and that wasn't one either.
Yeah, you don't know what an ad hom is.
Yeah, you don't.
Stop using words you don't understand, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's all beside the point, but it's just aggravating to hear you throw out these fallacy names that you don't comprehend. It's just pathetic.
Look, there's
okay, so excellent. He knows how to use the side chat. See where you just posted up in side chat there, mate?
I've posted a couple things in side chat if you're fucking a bit slow.
Okay, excellent. See where you've posted? Have a look at the thing written directly above what you just posted.
Measuring distance in terms of you're using a fucking a laser to actually measure the fucking distance. That has nothing to do with refraction. That's just talking about distance measurement.
You don't know what refraction is.
So you think the test is to test refraction, chat?
Oh my god, you guys are fucking so slow. No, I don't think the test is to test refraction.
Do you even know what they're trying to attempt in these tests?
Yes, they're trying to demonstrate the fucking curvature bend over a certain distance.
Yeah, that means they want to detect the laser cross a distance from one point to another point.
The difference is you're not using the laser to test the actual distance and get a hard number for that distance.
It's not a distance test, you clown.
Exactly.
It's to see if it's still visible, if something's blocking it or not.
So this fucking example has nothing to do with that. This is talking about using lasers as an actual way to measure distance. Not how accurate it is.
Lasers are better for measuring distance, and that's the only thing they're better for. It has nothing to do with
how accurate it is when it hits a point. It has to do with how accurate it is when
you're just a contrarian retard, man. You just want to disagree with everything.
Again. You're not understanding. You're like purposely being maliciously ignorant on this, I think, just for the sake of your point, to not actually have an actual argument.
Do lasers operate in a straight line? Yes or no?
Depends on the distance.
Okay. At what distance do lasers stop operating in a straight line?
It varies on the atmospheric conditions.
Standards.
Okay. With
What
perfect
distance?
given conditions, at what distance does laser stop being a straight line?
Say that again.
At perfect conditions, at what distance does the laser stop being straight?
Define perfect conditions. That's pretty arbitrary.
Non-refraction. The conditions required for your refraction to happen. It's a perfect day, so there is no refraction. So at what distance will the laser stop being straight?
Refraction will always occur. It is traveling through a median.
Excellent. So, how much refraction will there be over what distance? 15 metres?
It depends on the atmospheric conditions.
Yeah. So what's the second medium?
Well, you have the air, you have moisture.
So we've got air. Congratulations. What's the second medium?
Moisture.
So this laser is magically bending at the intersection of air, water, air, water, air, water, air, water. So it's bending up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down the whole way along. It'd be easier just to say it stays straight.
Purposely, that's not how.
Okay, well, how about this? 14.7 psi. That's what you're going to have for air pressure, and let's see, 30% relative.
Air pressure changes.
Now tell me, 14.7 sea level. We're just going to keep it steady, sea level, same level.
That's not an accurate representation.
Let's see, 30% relative humidity.
Yes,
those are the numbers I'm going with. Tell me at what point the flashlight becomes not a straight line.
You guys would love it to be so simplistic, but that's not how the world works.
Okay, so you've got absolutely nothing. You're just talking completely out of your ass. You cannot give a single distance under any criteria, any conditions whatsoever.
You just fundamentally don't.
Will go from being a straight line to not straight.
I just love the fact this kid thinks that torchlight is going to be a more accurate beam than a freaking laser.
Well,
holy shit!
It's diffracting the second as soon as it leaves the freaking flashlight.
Yeah, he doubled down on stupid right there with that one.
No, you're just purposely misrepresenting what I said, and you keep muting me because you're a coward.
No. Yeah, can you explain the fraction? Explain it for us. Explain why it would impact the results of such a test. Go on, walk us through it.
It's light bending. Not bending, but reflecting.
Around.
No, that's not what the fraction is.
Yeah. This is so stupid, dude. The light's obviously diffracting as soon as it leaves the aperture of the flashlight. Immediately, it's freaking diffracting. It's never straight. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, dude.
That's exactly what I've been saying.
We're just kind of entertaining you, but you've made a complete bozo of yourself.
Right now. You're no,
that's what you said earlier. You said it's going to go from straight to not so straight. That's what you tried to claim.
From a practical sense, if you do like a 1 inch fucking distance, it will be a practical sense.
We've already beaten that dead horse, so.
You're just purposely misrepresenting what I'm saying and misunderstanding it.
No, you're just saying stupid shit.
You're so dogmatic. I love it. You're unwilling to actually have an argument. You're so dogmatic. I love it.
So that's
we can't have any argument with you, mate. No, you're not intelligent
You're
enough.
purposely misrepresenting what I'm saying, and you.
Okay, what did you say? All right, well, let's start over. What did you say?
How about you simplify it, make it so we can't misrepresent it?
I've done a pretty good job at making it simple.
At the moment, what we've got is a little child not talking. That's exceptionally rude.
Don't call me a little child. I'm not a little child.
I'm known for hitting the fucking mute button when kids talk through me.
I want to hear what he has to say.
So, at the moment,
fucking man. Stop muting me. Have a conversation.
A couple of boards, and they're holding the boards up. They've got holes in them. There's supposed to be a laser there, and there's no laser. They use the... So this is where we're at so far. Now, you're explaining to the panel how the flashlight is a better option than the laser.
Less concentration of light will have less refracting light.
So when the light hits the first aperture, the hole in the board, what happens?
Well, first of all, the light wasn't even... The light was not even leveled to begin with.
The first aperture is really going to be the flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay, when you say the light wasn't level, how do you know it wasn't level? Did he do
because
it?
He was holding a torch. Because he was holding a torch in his hand above him.
And because you said there was a hump.
Wouldn't he have to be like 15 foot tall or something ridiculous in order for him to line the holes up? Or
shouldn't be measuring a hump, should be a shear drop.
Yeah. Yep.
I wouldn't take serious any test that didn't at least involve a rigid apparatus for the light being shown.
Yeah, this is a clown show made in China. You should be embarrassed to be submitting this as your proof, dude. Really. I think you're probably too stupid to actually feel that embarrassment, but believe me, it's real.
You fucking get off on this, don't you? You think you're so superior, but you just fucking
You fucking you come in with 5 minutes of research off Reddit or something like every other moron. And think
you guys just ad hom, you dodge, you ignore.
You think a fucking torch is the superior tool for a transit test. I mean, it's moronic. No other glober.
It's better when it comes to the effects of refraction.
Ask a glober. Look, you've got Matthew Learns. Ask him. Is a torch more effective than a laser for a transit test? He's going to laugh in your face. He's a die-hard fucking anti-flat earth.
Prove me wrong for the effects of refraction and why a torch with less concentration of light wouldn't be better.
I think you just know words, but you don't know what they mean. You don't know any of the
you can't prove it. That's why you're dodging the question.
You don't know what you're arguing for at this point.
That's why you're dodging the question. You can't fucking prove it against
There you go. Proving our point once again. All you are doing is talking about flat earthers and not the point.
Exactly.
You guys won't even address the point. You're criticizing me on one point, and I'm saying, okay.
You can't validate the points. You've made a claim. Now validate it, back it, prove it, verify it. Anything, please.
Still waiting for that math.
Yep.
And T-Dub's going to die of old age, waiting for you to cough up the maths that you said you were going to get.
Yeah, 5 different guys asking me 5 different things, so, you can also concede one at a time. What do you want?
Hey, MadeInChina, you can also concede the point, though, that if you propose that this point that you brought up is proving, I guess, the globe you're trying to prove with this, do you actually think that you can concede that the refraction is that point gonna bring any conclusion to the topic? The refraction, whatever you're proposing, what is the conclusion about it?
My point with refraction was the torch would be a better option, more efficient option, I should say, than the laser when it comes to refraction. That was the point.
So that was his original position. Do you still stand to that position, or can you concede that that's not the case anymore since you came to, some other information that the laser will
show me how less light concentration wouldn't have a less effective refraction, then I'll concede.
Okay. So he's looking to concede, guys. Can you show him that? Go ahead.
I've been waiting for someone to show me wrong on that one. And yet they just keep ignoring.
What are you trying to be shown? What do you want to see that you don't see? What is it?
How the effects of refraction would be less on less concentration of light, i.e. the torch versus the laser.
Well, no, it depends on the wavelength.
Yeah, at what distance?
And the atmosphere. And the distance.
At the distance in the context we're talking about, which is
so what distance
video.
So what distance are you talking about? Since you know what you're talking about, so what distance are you talking about?
Let's see here. What distance did they use?
And he's got to look it up, which is what he was supposed to look up earlier.
So you don't know. You just make.
He's doing the research. Yeah, he's working his way through it. He'll make.
I find it funny if you claim that people don't know what they're talking about, but then when they go to double check something, you criticize them for that. So it's like,
you're not double checking.
What exactly is it you want to know? Exactly.
You're not.
Do you want people to look into? You're doing a double entendre here. That does.
You're not double checking.
I'm on the video right now looking, you fucking...
You're making a claim as if you know what you're talking about. When we ask you to provide proof, let me go look.
We weren't talking about the distance. We were talking about the efficiency of light traveling through a medium.
You should know all the variables since you're making the claim, right?
We weren't even talking about the distance in this context.
Yeah, it all
I didn't mention the distance of the video once.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't want to talk about the distance. Yeah, you were surprised that someone brought it up. Yeah, I'm sure.
What?
Yeah. China here. Can I point something out?
Go ahead.
Sorry, China. So see the thumbnail in that video you just posted? Do you see anything wrong with like how the light is depicted?
What exactly is your point here? It's a simple.
No, I'm asking you, do you see anything wrong with the depiction of the light once it passes through the first hole?
Are you seriously thinking I'm using this thumbnail as an accurate representation of how light works?
No, it's a visual representation. But we're trying to explain something to you with it. You see how the light splays out from the torch? Splays out diagonally, right? Creates a cone. But then it hits but in this depiction, when it hits the first hole, suddenly it becomes focused into a beam. But what's actually happening in reality when you use such a light source that's not concentrated is when it hits the first hole, it splays out again. It splays out the same way like when it leaves the torch originally. Do you understand that?
You're arguing against the ghost right now. That's what's your point?
Yeah, that's the very issue we're trying to point out with using an unfocused light source such as a torch. Because that splaying out of the light can just skew the results. You could detect the light, 10, 20 feet higher or lower because of that. You want a focused beam of light, a laser, right, with a collimator, so that you could narrow down. You can say with confidence where the light is transiting and where it's not, where it should be visible and where it shouldn't be, depending on if there's curvature or not, yada, yada, yada.
I don't believe that's actually accurate.
Why does the Flat Earth Room have such a strong presence? I don't understand the religious necessity for
religious necessity for a globe Earth. Yeah, I know people are just like hooked on it, and we just keep taking it away from them, and then they just get into this.
This is just a way to pass time. That's all it is. This is
just having to be here to cope for their faith that we just keep breaking down. Yeah, it's
heretic. I hope you know you're just a jester to people to fucking waste.
Go ahead, say that if that helps you sleep tonight.
So my question is what in the Christian doctrine leads.
I'm just gonna probably mute you. Yeah, it's not a religious channel. So yeah, you're coming in here with all sorts of loaded ideas, presuppositions. You just need to take a seat and listen for a bit.
Okay, if I'm wrong on that, am I wrong in total?
Spit it out, Junior.
Yeah. If I'm wrong on that,
wannabe atheists are so cool.
I'm not an atheist.
You guys are such big clowns. I love it so much.
Why are so many Christians pulled into the idea of a flat Earth?
How do you know that?
What are you talking about, bro? More Christians in the world believe in a globe Earth than they do a flat Earth.
I don't know.
You're specifically talking about creationists. Why is it creationists specifically who care so much about the flat Earth?
Again, there's still more creationists in the world that believe in a globe Earth.
Sure, but the concentration of flat earthers is
sure, but what, you still want to go on this fucking fallacious point?
I can answer. I'm not being fallacious.
By the way, I don't think your idea harms anybody. Like, people are still going to do what they're doing on a daily basis. Like, I don't think you're going to harm anybody.
You should just come here to spit out platitudes, dude. Like, let's just hear if you have any globe proof. If not, just
I'm saying I'm not against you guys. I've tried to advocate for you guys.
We don't care. That's boring, actually.
I've tried to say some nice things about you guys, and you just
we don't care. We don't believe it. So just show us the globe proof.
You don't need to believe what the fuck I have to say. I don't care that you believe I don't have what I have to say.
We know we're awesome, dude.
Well, you can think you're awesome. I could think you're okay.
No.
This is a place where people like you and Made in China come in here, and we ask for globe proof, and you don't have it. And the people listening,
you completely ignored me and dodged any experiment. So now we're fucking actually just talking about stupid shit.
People are listening, and I was in the middle of fucking talking. So all these people that are listening to us on the panel and elsewhere, YouTube, a couple different YouTube channels, they turn into flat earthers because They've heard you guys present your non-case. You don't have any proof of the globe, and the people are going,
Bro,
I thought the globe was.
It's just my way to identify retarded people.
Everybody in here needs to give a fucking plane ticket to just one member here to represent, to film that they trust, to just fucking go in a airplane around.
Going in a plane.
Shut up,
please.
Moron.
You're retarded.
Going in a circle doesn't prove the Earth is.
Okay. Then we can prove it the other way.
Silly children.
So if you
going in a circle doesn't prove the surface of the Earth is curved. Silly children.
If you go from Los Angeles and you end up back in Los Angeles,
yeah, like you flew in a circle. Amazing.
Right. But then
you flew in a circle.
Right, but also you can also take a plane.
You need to prove you flipped upside down on top of that circle.
Can you take a plane that goes over the North Pole and the South Pole?
No one's ever done it.
No one's ever
done it. What are you talking about?
Moving on.
Happened.
They didn't fly in a straight line over a single line of longitude. So moving on. What's the So you don't think beam divergence exists?
I don't know what that is.
Not you. Made in China. I was listening on YouTube. Like,
what?
Yeah, flashlight beam divergence. You don't think that shit exists?
You're talking about diffraction?
Yeah, diffraction.
Okay, well, we're not talking about the parallax view here.
Well, I just told you what it was, so yeah, I do.
So you didn't tell me. No, you just said the word diffraction.
That's
you didn't
exactly
tell me what it is. I know what it is.
Then why didn't you say diffraction?
No, beam divergence is not diffraction. So beam divergence.
You just agreed it was diffraction. So
beam divergence. Well, diffraction will cause. Hold on, slow down, kid. Diffraction will cause beam divergence. Yes, but beam divergence is not diffraction. So you have diffraction or beam divergence at the flashlight. So you have also beam divergence of a laser, which is smaller than a flashlight. Diffraction will happen at the holes and cause its own beam divergence. So this diagram that shows like beam divergence, straight line, that's not how it works. It's beam divergence, beam divergence, beam divergence.
It's diffraction.
Yeah, great. So this was so you thought that this experiment would work and you know what diffraction is?
I never said the experiment would work. I said it was more efficient.
So you know it wouldn't work and you presented this as evidence?
I didn't present it as evidence. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did. My mistake. I misremembered.
Like Sonny was saying, you people make flat earthers because you're disingenuous. And they go, why would they be disingenuous?
I just admitted I was mistaken.
Okay, fantastic. We have a concession. Fucking mark that on your calendar, boys and girls.
Good job. You got a concession.
And that's
so now you have a concession. I didn't say confession. So
I said concession.
So let's move on. Do you have any gold proof? Like what?
I've read it. You guys ignored it.
So. Let me ask you a question then. How do you know the Earth is a globe? Not how you think somebody else knows. How do you know?
You can see the ISS, for example, and there's no other way to explain it.
So how does that show the Earth is a globe?
There's no other way to explain why it's there.
There's no other way to explain. Yeah, sure there is. Magic sugar plum fairies. There you go. There's an explanation.
What?
Magic sugar plum fairies.
And you said I'm being disingenuous.
No. You said there's no other explanation. I just gave you one.
Okay. How do you prove that? Prove it. Prove the magic.
Prove yours. Prove yours.
Now
okay,
prove
yours. No. Prove your ISS is because Earth's a globe. Go for it.
There's this thing called orbiting.
This exercise was to show explanations are useless when they don't have evidence. I have the same evidence for sugar plum fairy. Hold on. I have the same evidence for sugar plum fairies that you have for ISS circling a globe. That's nothing. You want to see? You have the same evidence I have. Nothing.
The orbit over and over.
The orbit. So you saw the orbit. When
I look above in a telescope and see the ISS, yeah, I am witnessing it orbiting, yes.
How do you know that?
Because the orbit's a track, and you can easily
That's cool.
Track
the orbit's a track. So, and?
You're just ignoring everything I'm saying right now.
No, I'm saying, and you don't observe an orbit. You observe a fucking little thing in the sky. That's what you actually observe. You're inferring an orbit because you looked on a fucking app and it said, I'm orbiting. But that doesn't tell us how you know the Earth is a globe.
Okay, explain the complete predictability.
That doesn't tell us how you know the Earth is a globe.
Explain the complete predictability of how it occurs, then.
Dude, you have no idea.
Exactly, you can't.
What's the level of predictability? Okay, hold on. What's the mean error in the predictability? Like if I go out every single time I go out and they say it's supposed to be there, y'all see it, right?
The only way you're not seeing it.
Yes or no? Will I see it every time I look?
Every time,
you know that's not the truth. So your claim of complete predictability is utter nonsense. You know it. So it's utter. Your claim of complete predictability.
Not every time if the track is above you,
every time
you have a split amount of time where you can view it.
Okay, what if it was cloudy? Can I see it then?
Again, being disingenuous.
What if I look and it's not there? What if I look and I don't see it? Does that prove it's not there? Look, if I look and I don't see it, does it prove it's not there?
You're doing something wrong, is what that proves.
What am I doing wrong?
Not looking at the right spot.
What if I'm looking at the exact right spot and I don't see it?
That's not happening.
How do you know that?
Because it's 100% predictable and you can do it over and over and over again.
You just never happened. I want the evidence that it's 100% predictable. Not your claim, the evidence.
The evidence is you can do it yourself. Get a fucking telescope.
How can I test 100% predictability, dude?
Because every time it goes over to you, you can. You're
just repeating the same basis claim over and over, dude.
I'm giving you the example of proof.
No, you're giving a claim. I want the evidence for the claim.
You're completely ignoring.
Go find my evidence. You're telling me to go find the evidence for your claim.
I'm not telling you to find the evidence. I'm giving you the actual predictable pattern.
No, you're just repeating yourself.
You're just ignoring it. You're willfully being ignorant at this point and just being completely disingenuous.
Our claims, made in China, our claims evidence.
Being a fucking
our claims,
right now,
our claims evidence.
Someone else should talk.
Yes or no? Our claims evidence.
A claim.
Our claims evidence. Yes or no?
Proven with evidence.
Our claims evidence.
A claim is a claim.
Yeah, but a claim is not the evidence of the claim, right?
A claim is this happens, and then the evidence is seeing it and doing it.
Okay. The claim is, you said the claim is this happens and seeing it and doing it. So who has seen it and doing it every time?
Literally anyone can. Have you fucking...
How do you know that?
Amateur astronomers.
I'm going to ask you again, how do you know that?
I've done it myself.
I'm going to ask you again how you know that. Because plenty of people have tried to see the ISS and didn't see it. And in your worldview, it wasn't in the correct position to reflect the sunlight. Okay? So you're full of shit. It isn't seen with 100% precision. That's crap, and you know that's crap.
You can see it.
So
no, it's completely predictable when you can see it.
When it's predicted to be seen is a more accurate statement. Sometimes
you can see it. It's completely predictable when you can see it. That's what I've been saying. What are you not understanding about this?
Okay, it is not completely predictable when you can see it.
100% is completely predictable.
Okay,
how are you not understanding? You saying it's not completely predictable just tells me you don't understand how it works.
Confirmation of the prediction, brother. Do you not understand? You're saying it's completely predictable. Okay, fine. Predict it. Confirm the prediction to the level of precision that you said, which was perfection. You know you don't have any of that.
You're asking for.
You're not even asking for proof. Of an orbit.
What you're saying makes no sense.
You don't have. And the funny thing is, what you guys always do, you run away.
No, shut up.
You run away from the thing in question and go to the sky.
Right now, what you're saying to me is the equivalent of you don't see that car. I see that car, but you don't. So therefore, it doesn't exist. That makes no fucking sense.
No one said that, dude.
It's an analogy of what you're saying.
That's like saying the car comes around the block and it's going to be... Hold on, Matrix. The car comes around the block in front of my house. I look outside and I don't see it pass in front of my house. Okay? But you're saying it's completely predictable when it will pass in front of my house. But for some reason I blinked when it did and I didn't see it. But it's still completely predictable. That's horseshit.
Just illustrating your failure to fucking do it correctly.
It's horseshit. You know you're making a horseshit claim. You know it.
I know for a fact I'm not. I've done this several times.
For a fact.
No.
Okay. Where did you get these facts from?
My own observation of using a telescope and seeing the ISS.
So you're a representative sample of what everybody saw. That's what you're saying.
What?
You said it's completely predictable. I'm asking you, so your personal anecdotes are a representative
It's
sample
not an anecdote.
of what it is anecdotal.
I was using the app that tracks it, which gives you the predictable reason to find it.
And if you don't see it, does that mean it's not in space?
There is no situation where you don't see it. If you don't see it,
you're making that part up. You're making that claim up, dude. You know you're making that claim
up. Every time I've looked for it, I've fucking seen it. If you're missing it, it's because you're not doing it right. I don't know